There are 3 stages in marriage, Don announces. Yeah, Milt chimes in, dating, engaged, and who cares? Tom is shuffling the deck, while Ike pours himself another Irish. The first stage is the kitchen stage. Peter hands some popcorn to Bill. That's when the newlyweds are all over each other, trying out every possible position and location, even on the kitchen table. Peter and Bill yell boo in unison. Milt adds, if they tried some impossible positions, there'd be fewer kids. Tom keeps shuffling, and a few cards fall to the table, forcing him to start over. Next comes the bedroom stage. Want to know why? No. Peter and Bill yell in response. Because that's when it's always missionary, on Saturday nights, and... I know. Tom interrupts. In the bedroom. Right? Did I win? Tommy gets an A. Now, the last stage is the hall stage. Because it happens in the hall? Tom asks. Shut up, Tommy. Want to know why? Please tell us why. Peter, Bill, and Milt say together. All right. Every so often, you pass each other in the hall and yell, screw you. Screw you. A chorus of boos fills the air. Tom tosses cards at Don, and some flutter to the floor. Milt growls, so my wife's normal, then? Ike grumbles, can you pick up the damn cards, Donnie? I need to win more of your money. When Peter slips into bed, Maria stirs. He kisses her and runs a hand gently from her shoulder to her hip. Hey, sweetie, she yawns. How'd it go tonight? It was fun, honey. He caresses her thigh. That's nice. Tell me all about it in the morning. Maria gives him a quick kiss and turns onto her side. Peter lies in the dark, his hand resting on Maria's hip. After a while, he sighs softly. The joke missed the mark entirely. Peter asks Maria, do you think I'm attractive? I'm sorry, honey. That's okay. The following night, they're lying in bed, chatting and holding each other. Peter kisses Maria and gently touches her breast with his fingers. I'm sorry, honey. I have a bit of a headache. I'll massage your head. That would be lovely. Maria rests her head in Peter's lap as he plays with her hair, massages her temples, and lightly presses his thumbs over her eyelids. It doesn't take long before she lets out a soft, contented sigh. After a while, he asks, would you like me to get you anything? That's okay, sweetie. You're so good to me. You're all the remedy I need. Well, get some rest. I hope you feel better in the morning. The next evening, they start kissing, and Peter gently touches her thigh. She reaches for him through his underwear. You're wearing too many clothes, she says, and they both undress. I want to kiss every inch of your body. He sits up and moves down toward her, kissing her nipples and stomach on the way, but she gently stops him with her hand. Not there, she says softly. Come closer to me. A brief look of disappointment crosses his face. He turns his head, letting it pass, and crawls between her legs, kissing her before he begins to make love to her. She lets out a small sigh. When they're done, he says, I'll get the vibrator. No, that was just fine. You're my sexy love. They kiss and talk for a while, then Maria turns to her side to sleep. After a moment, she reaches back for Peter's hand and places it on her waist, where it stays for a while. The next day, Maria tells Peter that her period has started. Peter's stomach is bothering him tonight. He has to leave the game early. When he gets home, he notices a strange car in the driveway, a gray Camry. The house is dim, and the kitchen door is locked. By now, Peter's chest feels tight. He quietly opens the door and closes it without a sound. Do it, you jerk. Do it. Maria's voice shouts from the bedroom. I want it. I want it. She's shouting. A man's voice responds. You're a crazy woman. I'm gonna make you regret this. Both voices echo with loud exclamations and sounds. Peter covers his face with his hands. After a few minutes, he quietly turns around and leaves the way he came. Before driving off, he takes note of the license plate on the Camry. Back at poker, the guys are surprised to see him. Well, he explains, how often do I get a chance to take your money? But eventually, he has to go home. Maria stirs before he gets to the bed. Hi, darling. Did you have fun tonight? Not so much. My stomach was bothering me a little. Well, you should have come home earlier. I could have made you something. That's okay. How was your evening? Quiet. Mom called, and we talked for a while. When Peter gets into bed, there's a hesitation before he leans in to give Maria a goodnight kiss. But then she turns away, preparing to sleep. Peter doesn't touch her. He lies on his back, staring into the darkness. His breathing is shallow. When he finally moves, it's only to wipe his face with his fingertips. But after more time has passed, he quietly slips out of bed and tiptoes to the den, where he cries for a long time. "Have fun at poker," Maria says, giving Peter a kiss. "Win enough to take me to Paris." Peter drives half a block, parks, and switches on a small device. He doesn't have to wait long. Within a minute, there are 7 beeps. She's calling. A man picks up. "He's gone, Ron. I'm all yours." "Good. Prepare yourself for a wild night." Big talk. From a guy with big plans. "Oh, plans, huh? Show me what you've got." "You'll get all of it, and then some. You'll have to prove it, you know." "Oh, I'll enjoy proving it. You're mine tonight. I'm gonna make sure you feel it." A car turns the corner and pulls into the driveway. Ron has been talking while driving. The lights inside the house flicker off, and by the time Ron reaches the door, everything is quiet. Peter can just make out Maria opening the door for him. Peter stays away until midnight, driving in circles. He passes the house twice, and by 11 o'clock, Ron's car is gone. Before Peter makes it down the darkened hall, Maria calls out, "Hi, honey. How was your evening?" "Quiet. How'd it go at poker?" So. He fumbles around in the dark. "I'll be up for a while longer. I'm still wide awake." "Oh sure. Make me spend the night alone, then sleep alone, too." Peter grabs some fresh underwear and a t-shirt, carefully lifts something small from atop the armoire. He closes the bedroom door, walks into the den, connects the device to a port on the computer, and starts watching. The video lasts for about 2 hours. He doesn't move the entire time. "Unbelievable." He whispers. "That's low. Just. Wow." A man is standing in the driveway when Maria gets home. "Can I help you?" she asks, her voice shaky. He hands her 2 envelopes. "These are divorce papers. This other one is a personal letter from your husband." Maria can hardly breathe until the man leaves, and then she stumbles against her car. She tears open Peter's letter. "Hello Maria. I know about your relationship with Ron Brightman. Frankly, I thought you could have done better. But I'm done now. Peter the fool. If you'd asked, I would have agreed to a no-fault divorce. I would have given you whatever you needed. But that's behind us now. I don't ever want to see you again. Now for the practical matters. I've closed out our joint checking and savings accounts, including CDs, mutual funds, and IRAs. There were some pretty steep penalties for early withdrawals, didn't you know? I wonder if that was an issue for Ron. I've also canceled our credit cards. You'll have to get your own. I've secured an apartment and will no longer be paying for the house. I took some of my things, photographs, jewelry I gave you, documents, etc. You'll also notice a CD. I set up a camera in the house and recorded what happened on Friday the 13th. It's remarkable how long you two went, and how loud it was. I hope you weren't too surprised. I've sent a copy to Ron's wife. I'm really curious to see how that goes down. I also sent it to your boss, since Ron works with you. Oh, and I almost forgot. I made sure to send it to everyone in our email address book, including your mom and some people I don't even know. They should have all received it by now. Is there anything else? Just this. Goodbye. Peter. The last thing Maria's mother said before she hung up, you should get down on your hands and knees and beg him to take you back, if it isn't too late. Thanks for nothing, Mom. Maria mutters, talking to herself. Take his side. As if he had nothing to do with it. As if no one ever makes a mistake. She cries as she speaks, walking back and forth through the house, down the hall, to the den, into the kitchen, and into the living room. She sits down, gets up again, then returns to the den. She turns the TV on, then off, then heads to the bedroom. She picks up a book, then throws it down in frustration. Later, she rises slowly. The sun has set, and the house is full of shadows. A single lamp casts a faint light, but she avoids it. In the soft glow, her eyes are swollen from crying. Her footsteps echo quietly, but when she stops to listen, the house is eerily silent. Maria wipes her eyes with her palms and stands still in the hall, feeling lost. In the kitchen, she picks up a paring knife from the rack, staring at the blade. She presses it gently against her thumb, watching the crimson trace it leaves behind. She carries the knife to the master bathroom, leaving small streaks of blood on her slacks as she walks, and opens a bottle of medicine. She begins filling the bathtub. She undresses. Her sobs now have an unsettling, high-pitched tone. When she wipes her face, a red smear marks her palm. Another smear appears on her skin. She swallows the pills one by one, washing them down with water. She steps into the tub, holding the knife to her wrist. The phone rings. Maria turns her head, hearing the first two rings. She starts moving the blade, her breathing unsteady. The third ring sounds. Blood begins to trickle into the water. The fourth ring. Then, her mother's voice. "Pick up the phone, Maria. Please." Rivulets of blood stain the water. Peter stands in the doorway, looking down at his wife. She looks unnaturally pale and fragile, her head resting on a small, untouched pillow, her hands crossed over her chest. There is a faint hum in the room, but almost no other sound. How did it happen? She took pills and cut her wrist. I called just as she was doing it. Is she sedated? It's the pills. They'll take time to leave her system. His mother-in-law looks away briefly, then directly at him. Take her back, Peter. Please. I'm not taking her back. If I hadn't called, she'd be dead by now. Is that my fault, Margaret? That's not what I meant. She was devastated. She really loves you. Peter gazes at his wife, but when his eyes return to his mother-in-law, they're hard. She loves my money. She loves to be with other men. Margaret recoils at the blunt words. You don't know that. You don't know about the others. Well, I know about this one, don't I? Maria stirs slightly, letting out a soft moan. Her left forearm and hand are wrapped in a thick bandage. She pulls her bandaged wrist to her forehead and twists slowly, almost rhythmically. Peter steps closer to the bed. He's just arrived when she attempts to open her eyes. The weight of the drugs makes it difficult, but eventually, she can see a little. Peter. Her voice is slurred, distant. She isn't fully aware. You came to me. My Peter. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't live without you. I'm so sorry. She reaches her uninjured hand toward him and grabs his hand at the bed rail, squeezing it until the drugs pull her back under, slowly releasing him. Damn it. He mutters under his breath. Damn it. His mother-in-law tries to hide a smile. Can't I make it up to you? I'm so sorry. All I want from you is freedom. The conversation is spiraling. How could you become so cruel? This isn't like you. Peter, laughing bitterly, you withheld affection from me and were unfaithful. I made a mistake. I love you. You know that. When I saw you in the hospital, I knew you still loved me. Peter stays silent. Was I just fooling myself? I'm the one you deceived. I'm sorry. Whatever. I'm not your fool anymore. But don't worry, plenty of men would love to be with you, if they haven't already. Don't say that. Well, how many did you actually sleep with? Silence. Maria's lips tighten. Oh no. Can't you even remember them all? She looks like she might be sick. That many? My, you were busy. No. Maria suddenly screams. No. It wasn't like that. I just made a mistake. How many? She stammers, shaking. Couldn't we just start over? Please. I'll be faithful. I promise. Let's forget the past. How many? No. The number. No. The exact number. You'll just jump to it. Any number. You're unbelievable. 3. There's a moment of silence that feels like eternity. Maria wipes her eyes with her bandaged wrist. Peter exhales deeply. There were 3, she says softly, almost with regret. The truth? There were 3. None of them lasted long. She won't meet his eyes. I want their names. Don't make me. Please. She stares at the floor. Their names. A few seconds pass. Fine. And I want to know every detail. Everything. She starts crying again. You'll never forgive me, will you? We'll see. I'm going to make you feel everything they did. Not just once or twice. All the time. Maria looks up. She tries to speak but only manages a quivering, faint response, that would be okay. It's not unusual to see a couple walking hand in hand, but after Maria heads toward the parking lot, Milt sidles up. You two look like a couple of space cadets. Don't give Marlene any ideas. Peter grimaces. How's it going? Okay. We miss your contributions at poker. Peter shrugs. Well. I know. You're too busy selling your house. Milt frowns. Seriously, though, I'm glad things are working out for you too. After that video. Peter's expression darkens. Don't worry. I deleted it like you asked, though, you know it'll end up on the internet. Peter shrugs again. But my point is, if it was Marlene doing all that. I don't know. The words hang in the air. Peter finally speaks. You can't predict what you'd do in that situation. He pauses, thinking. Besides, would Marlene do something like that for you? Maybe hurt you. Milt laughs. Peter doesn't. Meanwhile, Maria returns, waves hello to Milt, and heads into the pharmacy. Well, you're a better man than I am, Gunga Din. Giving her another chance. Her? Me. Peter eventually catches up with Maria and hands her a basket full of items, including a rubber enema bag, packs of ridged condoms, and mentholated ointment. Maria stares into the basket. Is all this for me? Nothing's too good for my girl. He smiles. What will the clerk think? Who cares? Well. Are you going to ask? Maria glances out the door. How was Milt? He's just fine. The hypocrite. Do you think he knows? He doesn't have insight, empathy, or a clue. I felt like tearing him apart. Maria takes Peter's hand. I'm glad you didn't. Marlene doesn't need to know. And if it weren't him, it would have been someone else. Peter kisses Maria's hand, her wrist, and then her lips.